Welcome to the channel Naturally Care and Cure. Perhaps you know that the blood sugar level in fasted state should be 80 to 120 mg per deciliter. But do you know how body maintains sugar level within this range? Let's dive in to find out. First, when we say the blood sugar level, it means the glucose level in blood. It varies throughout the day as we eat and don't eat. However, its level in the fasted state is generally in the range of 80 to 120. If the glucose level remains consistently high, the condition is called hyperglycemia. On the other hand, if it remains consistently low, the condition is called hypoglycemia. Both conditions are undesirable, and if remains so for a long period, they will have serious health consequences. However, the body is intelligent and tries its best to maintain the level within the range. How does body exactly do this? Let's say you ate an apple. Once the food we eat reaches the digestive system, nutrients, carbohydrate, protein and fats in food are broken down into their constituent units or particles. For example, carbohydrate in food is mostly made up of glucoses, and will be broken down into them. Now from the digestive system, these constituent particles like glucose will reach the bloodstream. Here we are limiting our discussion to glucose, because only glucose has a direct role to play in case of diabetes. Once a lot of glucose reaches blood, obviously the level of glucose in blood starts to rise, and it could go past the normal upper level 120. Pancreas is the main organ that controls glucose level. It is just beneath liver. Seeing glucose level rising in blood, beta cells in pancreas produces hormone called insulin. Glucose is the main source of energy, and every body parts need them. However, body parts cannot take glucose by themselves. They need insulin to take glucose. Even after glucose being taken by different body parts, if the level of glucose decreases but not sufficiently enough to be within the range, then liver and muscle will take extra glucose. They will join these glucoses and will form glycogen. This process is called glycogenesis. Glycogen is a short-term storage. Liver can roughly hold 100 gram, while muscle around 400 gram. Note, liver does not require insulin to take glucose. Now, even after glucose being stored in liver and muscle, if the glucose level in blood hasn't still sufficiently dropped, glucose will go to adipose or fat tissues. Their glucose will be converted to fat. This is long-term storage. This is how body ultimately brings down the glucose level in blood to within the range. Now let's look at different scenario. Assume you have not eaten for a long time. During all this time, body parts still need glucose for energy, and we're taking glucose from bloodstream. As a result, blood sugar level starts to drop. Let's say it dropped below the minimum level 80. In this case, alpha cells in pancreas will produce a hormone called glucagon, and send them to liver and muscle. Now glycogen, which were earlier formed when there was abundant glucose, will be broken down to glucose. This process is called glycogenolysis. Glucose thus formed will be sent to bloodstream. As a result, the level of glucose in blood will be back to normal. However, as we said, body parts constantly need glucose for energy, and after some time, even all glycogen stored in liver and muscle could be used. Now let's say glucose level dropped below the minimum level. In such case, a process called gluconeogenesis kicks in. In this process, glucose is made from non-carbohydrate sources like fats, amino acids, and lactate. Glucose thus produced will be supplied to bloodstream. Now the glucose level in blood will be back to normal. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe the channel.